Hello, 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 everyone. I'm late today. It's 3:02. Kept hitting the wrong button. I don't know if anybody else has ever done that, if anybody goes live on YouTube. Oh, it's still a learning curve from this old broad, let me tell you. Um, I really like YouTube and I like the ability to go live, but there are some glitches to it, let me tell you. Hi, Beverly. Hi, Janice. It's a beautiful day in Southern Ontario. It's about, I don't know, like 50 to 60 degrees, no rain, bright sunshine. Our leaves are turning color. Even my evergreens are turning color. And we were out the other day. The color of the leaves are absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Mary. How are you? Hi, Annie. I'm so glad you're joining me today. Annie, I'm going to private message you after. So it is October 17th. It would have been my mother's birthday today. I don't know how old she would have been. I don't know, ancient anyways, but we still hold the day sometimes for her. So today we're going to talk about creating a comfort box. I saw this idea, and I've been down the last couple of weeks. I've got this hand full of arthritis. Now I have bursitis on the other side. Don't ask me how this is all happening to me. I have no idea. And it's funny, because my COPD has been stable when I'm dealing with everything else. And the minute I start to get better, it's like, oh, here we go. So I'm having a problem getting comfortable. I don't know how to explain it. I just can't get comfortable. And no wonder, because both of my arms are screwed up. I've got a ganglion on this side as well. And I started wearing this. This is actually upside down. It's supposed to be like this. It's like a hand warmer. My daughter actually made it for me many, many years ago. So many years ago, I was still smoking. And the idea was that we could go out and smoke and have our fingers, but keep our hands warm, right? And now that I've had arthritis in this hand, I mean, they're all washed and everything, so they don't smell like smoke anymore, but they sat in my drawer for a long, long time. And now that I've had this arthritis, my hand is so sore. And it first of all reminds me that something is wrong. And second of all, it keeps my hand warm. So I absolutely love it. Yeah, stable. What's that? I hear you, Beverly. It's a crazy time of the year for us as we are dealing with respiratory problems. We can almost guarantee that there will be an exacerbation between fall and winter. The temperatures drop. It's raining quite a bit, off and on. The leaves start to drop off the trees and they sit on the ground in the water and they create mold. We become susceptible to colds and flu. And this mold that pollutes the air does not help. It's so important that you take care of yourselves at the beginning when these symptoms appear. And I have known a few people who did not or neglected to get on the antibiotics and the steroids when they should have. And let me tell you that it can be fatal. Each person has to decide for themselves when it's time to start their action plan. And you should be having a really good conversation with your doctor, especially now since the hospitals are so overcrowded. If I don't have to go to the hospital, And there's a chance that I could just have my action plan and him tell me when I should go, when clearly to take it. Because I think that oftentimes we maybe overuse antibiotics. And, this becomes a big deal. It doesn't sound like much, like, even if we have them once a year, if we don't need them, then it is wasted. And, our body reacts to that. Most of us push through and wait as long as we can before jumping into the steroids and antibiotics, and that's okay. But you definitely should be talking to your doctor about it, when it is appropriate to take it, and when it is time to seek medical help. I know nobody likes to go to the hospital. I totally get it. Been there a couple of times myself. Even though they were very, very good to me, I still don't want to go. But I will if I have to. One thing is for sure, there are things that you need when you're under the weather. And I found this since I've been under the weather a couple of times in the last couple of months. Most of these things are scattered all over your living room or your living space. That can make it difficult when you're under the weather to get the things that you need and to make sure that you have what makes you comfortable, because it will make a difference in your recovery. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for joining today. So, arthritis, bursitis, respiratory illnesses, not an exacerbation, but other issues. I start to think about how nice it would be um, to have all these things that I need all at one time. In mental health, they talk about a coping box. So when you're having a bad day or you're really not feeling well, you open the box and everything in it that is in there are the things that you need to help you feel better. They're all the positive things that you need, and its contents are personal, private, and unique to you. Nobody should be going into your box and having a look at it and all of that. Let's get started with the box. I bought my box at the dollar store. It's a very nice box. It has a thing here where I can put a label. It's nice and deep. It's heavy cardboard. And it cost me about $3.50. I could have gotten a bigger one, but I thought this one was kind of cute, and I wanted to make sure that it was something that I could manage on my own. I couldn't get you to come on again. You know what, Kathleen? I did that again. I hit the wrong button. So I was in, then I hit the wrong button, and then they kicked me out. So oh my goodness. It's a learning curve at YouTube. I'll get it eventually, but don't be worried about that. It's not personal, and I'm not kicking you out. I just hit the wrong button, and they kicked me out. So I hit done instead of start. So you understand the difference, right? So I bought the box for $3.50. I could have gotten a bigger one, but I thought, I want to be able to manage it myself. I don't want a box that I'm going to have to lug around. I mean, this one would be easy. Even if I had to go to the hospital, I could pick up this box and take it with me. It could sit right on my lap. So yesterday on my Facebook page, I asked the question of what you would put in your comfort box, and the response was amazing. I thought it would be fun to share with you what others thought, because some of them left me thinking, wow, that would be really helpful, but I never thought of it. Consider having your stuff all in one box and within easy reach. Before we begin, just ask yourself, what do you need to find comfort when you're not well? So here was some of the answers. Here's some of the answers. A small notebook or a little journal to write you know, to write about what's going on, what's happening, what are the doctors saying. It doesn't have to be a big book. It can be a very small book. You can get them at the dollar store. I wouldn't suggest that anybody, unless you are really articulate, go and buy an expensive book. I usually buy Moleskines, but that's different. It's a different kind of a book. I would buy any little book from the dollar store, a buck or two, right? In this box should go your action plan, because your action plan is really, really important. Your action plan should have been given to you by your doctor, and it should have been discussed by your doctor and you when you take your action plan. If you're not sure, then call and talk to somebody in his office and ask him how you know when you should take your action plan and when you should seek medical help. You know, some people are taking them when they have a head cold. It's not going to do anything for that. Like, it's just a waste of antibiotics in your body. And it's really important that we don't waste the antibiotics or take them too frequently, because if we need them and they're ineffective, the doctors won't know what to do with you. Green tea. Does anybody like green tea? I'm not fussy on green tea. I've never been fussy on green tea. I do like some herbal teas, but I don't like green tea because it's kind of a bitter taste. But anyways, the virtues are that it is very, very good for you, green tea. And almost every article that I was doing research on about this said green tea. An activity book, a crossword, a Sudoku, a coloring book. I got a coloring book on my page. And I think it's really cool to have kind of a coloring book and maybe some pencils. It doesn't have to be a lot, and it doesn't have to be a great big book, but it could be something, right? Just something to keep you busy. Those hours are very, very lonely when you're in the hospital. You sit around waiting for the doctor, and honey, green tea with a bit of honey. That might help, Kathleen. An easy craft. Crocheting or knitting. Crocheting's easy because you only need one hand for it. Crocheting, knitting, anything that you can do with your hands. Hi, Gloria. How are you? Stress ball. Remember we used to have these stress balls when we worked? We'd have these stress balls at our desk. Everybody had one because we were all going crazy trying to keep up with everybody, right? And we'd have these stress balls and you could just squeeze them. They were great. Hard candy. I like butterscotch myself, but people like other flavors or whatever, right? Hard candy's good as long as you're not laying down. A fresh oximeter. Now, a fresh oximeter that is not being used anyplace else in the house, that has fresh batteries in it. lip balm and hand cream. One of the things that happens when you're sick like that, when you have a cold or congestion on your chest, um, we get very, very dry. And if you're sleeping, we tend to sleep with our mouth open. It's just what happens when we sleep. Your jaw falls and your mouth is open, right? Especially if you lay on your back, for anybody who sleeps on their back. I've noticed it since I've been sleeping on my back. My mouth, I've never been so dry in all my life. I've never had to wake up and take water, and now I do all the time. The teddy bear. So one lady said that she had a teddy bear made out of alpaca. I bet that's gorgeous. That's what a lot of people did with their fur coats when they came unfashionable. I never had one, so never quite that category, but a lot of people did. A lot of people that my sister-in-law has about, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them. They take them now and they make them into teddy bears. Pretty cool, eh? Soft blanket or a piece of a blanket that you can rub. Just something soft to feel on your hands. Hot water bottle and heating pad. A Bible. A book that is easy to read with large print. Now, sometimes you see these books. You think, oh, I'd like to read that book one time, but I never get time to do it and whatever. Throw it in your comfort box. And when you get time to do it, it will be cool. Pictures of grandbabies. I love my grandbabies. A rechargeable fan. So a rechargeable fan, it goes anywhere with you. I have one that clips on the end of the chair, the end of a desk or whatever. Absolutely fabulous. I wouldn't give up my fan for anything. And I also have 2 at home that have remote controls with them. They work great. So I can sit across the room and just hit the remote and I get the air on my face. And when I'm short of breath, when I'm gasping for air, I don't know, that air on my face really, really works. And I didn't always have the fan with the remote, but I wouldn't go without it now because I don't have to ask anybody to do it. It's absolutely fabulous. Charging cords for your phone and your tablet. And almost everybody will use a phone or a tablet for, I don't know, games, reading books. I always read, my books are always on my phone. Social media, stuff like that. So you've got to make sure that your phone and your tablet have all the cords, because what's the point of getting there and then nothing happens, right? BiPAP. When you bring your BiPAP or your CPAP, make sure that you bring all the hoses, cords, and your mask. They do not have extras at the hospital. My husband found that out the hard way. One person said a Boise speaker. I'd love that. But I'd rather go for earpods so that I don't have to bother anybody else and I can listen to what I want to listen to. Somebody said a cat. And so that's what's on my logo today, or my thumbnail today is a cat in a box, because is that not naturally where cats will go as soon as you buy a box? Eucalyptus and essential oils. I don't know if you can do it. I can't do it really. Mary Wallace, an eye mask is essential because they have no respect for people that are sleeping. They always have the lights on over above. They never shut the lights off. Eye mask, it's absolutely fabulous. Cozy pajamas. Nothing like a nice pair of pajamas. So what I do is um, when I buy pajamas, which is probably once or twice a year, because I wear my pajamas quite a bit, right? And when I find a pair that I really, really like a lot, I buy another pair and I put them in my comfort box so that I have something that I know I'm looking forward to, even though I don't feel well. Slippers, fabulous slippers. Of course, everybody needs slippers. I don't wear slippers anymore. I wear big work socks, but slippers. And there's Emily. She asked me about the cat. She wants the cat in her box, and there you go. So Emily will always have a cat going with her. Fleece blanket and silk pillowcase. Isn't it true that a silk pillowcase really helps you? Like you don't have to move your head too much, and it kind of glides you, right? And everybody loves a fleece blanket, but I don't think it's going to fit in my box, but still the same. So coloring book and crayons, an eye mask, and oximeter. There you go. Anybody else have any ideas of things that we can add to our comfort box? I do not have the rubber dot on my socks. My socks are men's work socks. But I know what you mean, and they are good socks, except my legs are too big for those. They give them to me, they're like this wide. Nothing that they give me ever fits me. So I just go get my own, right? But I do get men's work socks. That's what I like. They keep me warm. And yes, comfy blanket. Yes. If anybody would like a copy of the list that I made, email me at catchyourbreath60@gmail.com and I'd be happy to send it to you. Okay, let's sit back. Straighten your spine and lower your shoulders. It's going to hurt when you do that if you don't keep them lowered. It's going to hurt when you do that. Yes, Catherine, that's a great one. Face wipes. And make sure that they're like not too drying a one. You want something that's like got cream in it or something, right? How good does it feel just to get your face wiped? Oh, that sounds nice, Gloria. Okay, where are we? We're going to start our meditation. Sit with your back straight and lower your shoulders. Place your hands on your lap, palms up, concentrating on your breath. Remember that when we are breathing, we are doing pursed lip breathing. We are breathing in through our nose because that warms the air and it also purifies it before it goes into our lungs. Take your breath in through your nose and take it deep into your belly. Hold for a few seconds. Then exhale with some force, but not enough to hurt yourself. Exhale twice as long as you inhale. Practicing now will help you make it a habit. Inhale through your nose. Take a deep breath into your belly. Hold for a few seconds. Then exhale through pursed lips for twice as long as you inhaled. When you get into trouble and you cannot catch your breath, Invite this habit to become your go-to. Inhale through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and exhale through pursed lips for twice as long as you had inhaled. Begin to breathe using pursed lips. Inhale through your nose. Take a deep breath into your belly. Hold it for a few seconds and exhale through pursed lips. Stay in this moment and concentrate on your breath. Remember that in order to control our breathing, we have to concentrate on it. There should be nothing else going through your brain except your breath. Inhale through your nose. Take a deep breath into your belly. Hold for a few seconds. Then exhale twice as long as you inhaled with force. Not enough force to hurt yourself, but enough force to blow a Kleenex. Remember, smell the roses, blow out the candles. Remember to keep your thoughts positive. What you say has power. Inhale through your nose. Take a deep breath into your belly. Hold for 2 seconds and exhale through pursed lips. Stay in this moment and concentrate on your breath. Inhale through your nose. Take a breath deep into your belly. Hold it for a few seconds and exhale through pursed lips with the force of blowing the candles. Stay in this moment and concentrate on your breath. In through your nose, down into your belly. Hold for a few seconds, then exhale through pursed lips. We are slowing our breathing pattern so that we can create and breathe more efficiently. Inhale through your nose. Take a deep breath into your belly. Hold for 3 seconds and exhale through pursed lips. Each breath has more meaning than the last. Inhale through your nose. Take a deep breath into your belly. Hold for a few seconds and exhale through pursed lips as if you are blowing out the candles. Notice how relaxed and calm you are. Inhale through your nose and take a breath deep into your belly. Hold for a few seconds and then exhale with the force of blowing out candles. If anybody would like to add to the meditations, please leave me a comment and I will definitely add it for next week. Tonight and tomorrow, I will be joining Lung Health Foundation as we lobby the government for funding. If anybody would like to join me, please get a hold of Lung Health and tell them that you would like to join. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you this time next week.